Lena was too large to fit through the front door of her house. Overwhelmed by fear, she burst into tears. Her mother gently hugged her, speaking softly until Lena finally smiled. As her emotions settled, her enormous body slowly began to shrink. Within moments, she had completely returned to her normal human appearance. What nobody around them knew was that their family belonged to a powerful race of legendary sea creatures that had ruled the oceans for generations. Years earlier, Lena's mother had abandoned that underwater world to raise her daughter on land. She never revealed the truth about their family and repeatedly warned Lena that she must never enter the sea. Everything changed the day Lena went to a grand celebration by the harbor with the boy she secretly liked, Noah. Before the festivities even began, disaster struck. Lena had planned a sweet romantic moment involving a bouquet of flowers, but Noah misunderstood the situation. A second later, he accidentally fell overboard into the ocean. Panicking, Lena grabbed a life ring and tossed it toward him, but the attached rope was far too short and caught on the edge of the ship. Noah quickly disappeared beneath the waves. Ignoring every warning her mother had ever given her, Lena leaped into the sea after him. Just as she reached out to grab his hand, a violent current swept him even farther away. As Lena struggled to keep up, thick seaweed wrapped around her body, causing her to lose consciousness. Suddenly, her palm began glowing with a mysterious purple light that spread across her entire body. At the same time, the ocean itself became restless as powerful currents surged around her. Her body rapidly expanded until she transformed into a gigantic sea creature. Using her immense strength, she safely carried Noah back to shore. After climbing onto land, Lena hurried to check whether he was all right. To her surprise, Noah insisted that a beautiful new girl had rescued him instead. That mysterious girl, Marina, shamelessly accepted all the credit for saving Noah and impressed everyone with a convincing story. The crowd cheered for her while Lena stood there unnoticed. Marina then approached Lena, smiling warmly and asking to be friends. Just then, Lena's glowing hand lit up once again. Terrified and confused, she imagined everyone staring at her. She fled to the quiet library, hiding in the darkness while her hands continued to shine. Suddenly her legs began stretching unnaturally until she had 3 massive limbs. Her arms followed, growing larger by the second. The entire library shook violently as bookshelves trembled. The elderly librarian walked inside and froze in horror at the sight before letting out a frightened scream. Lena's gigantic body continued growing until she nearly destroyed the building. Frightened and disoriented, she stumbled through the streets. When her mother finally arrived, Lena hid behind a tall tower because she was too ashamed to let herself be seen. Her size made it impossible to hear what her mother was saying from below, so her mother climbed up to reach her. Through tears, Lena cried that she had become a monster and could no longer even enter her own home. Once again, her mother patiently comforted her until Lena slowly calmed down. As peace returned to her heart, her giant form gradually shrank, allowing her to become human once more. After returning home, her mother finally confessed the truth. She explained that whenever Lena's powers awakened, she would transform into the mighty guardian of the seas. Shocked beyond words, Lena stepped backward, unable to understand why this secret had been hidden from her all her life. Looking for answers, she visited her uncle, but he admitted that only Lena's grandmother knew the complete story. Determined to uncover the truth, Lena traveled into the ocean alone to find her. As soon as she entered the water, her body glowed brilliantly before transforming into a magnificent purple sea guardian. Her uncle escorted her to her grandmother's magnificent underwater palace. The elderly queen had not seen her granddaughter for 15 years and welcomed her with overwhelming joy. She even announced that Lena was destined to inherit the throne of the Ocean Kingdom. Then she revealed the ancient history. Long ago, the merfolk sought control of the seas and used a legendary magical trident, the only weapon capable of defeating their race. Lena's mother had transformed into an unstoppable warrior, stolen the trident, driven away the enemy queen, and sealed the weapon forever. Instead of accepting her destiny as queen, she chose a peaceful human life on land. After hearing the entire story, Lena prepared to return home. However, she accidentally wandered into an old trap designed to capture sea guardians. She struggled desperately, trying to summon the same incredible power her grandmother possessed, but her true potential had not yet awakened. Just as the hunter responsible for the trap prepared to seize her, someone suddenly frightened him away. It was Marina, the girl from school. She revealed that she was actually a mermaid. Grateful that Marina had rescued her, Lena sincerely thanked her. The following day at school, everyone was talking about the strange sea creature seen near the harbor. Afraid that people would discover her secret, Lena became extremely nervous and hid inside the restroom. While listening to students chatting outside, she glanced through the window and noticed Marina. Seeing someone who also lived with a hidden identity made Lena feel hopeful for the first time. Believing Marina understood exactly what she was going through, Lena asked how she managed to survive while hiding her true nature. Marina suggested they skip school together. They quietly slipped away and returned to the sea. Once underwater, both girls transformed into their true forms and swam freely through the vast ocean. Lena happily accepted the seemingly kind mermaid as her closest friend. Marina explained that she too had spent years living in hiding because of the ancient conflict between the sea guardians and the merfolk. According to her, the mermaids wanted peace, but that could only happen if the legendary trident was found and destroyed forever. Hidden deep within the heart of the ocean rested the ancient weapon. Marina convinced Lena that only she could reach it because of the protective barrier surrounding it. However, the magical seal placed there years ago by Lena's mother was far too powerful, and Lena's abilities were still incomplete. Unable to approach the weapon, Lena sought help from her grandmother, asking to be trained. Under her grandmother's guidance, Lena quickly learned to unlock the enormous strength sleeping inside her. After fully awakening her powers, she broke through every magical obstacle, guarding the sacred chamber. At last, she reached the ancient trident and claimed it. Trusting Marina completely, Lena handed the weapon over without hesitation. In that instant, Marina revealed her true identity. She was actually the defeated mermaid queen who had once battled Lena's mother years before. Without mercy, Marina drove the trident straight into Lena's body. Wounded and powerless, Lena lost consciousness and sank to the bottom of the sea. Eventually, her uncle found her and brought her to safety. When Lena finally awakened, the near-death experience had triggered another evolution of her incredible powers. At the same time, her grandmother and mother were locked in a fierce battle against the Mermaid Queen. Lena arrived just in time, now protected by powerful armor covering her entire body. Meanwhile, a gigantic wave threatened to capsize a nearby ship filled with innocent people. Lena lifted the massive vessel with her own strength, saving everyone aboard. Witnessing her courage with their own eyes, the people stopped fearing the legendary sea guardians. Every rumor claiming they were dangerous monsters was shattered in that moment. As the final battle reached its climax, the combined power of the 3 generations of sea guardians overwhelmed the Mermaid Queen. In the end, the legendary trident was finally destroyed forever. Later, the brave young princess was honored aboard a ship during a grand celebration. Everyone applauded her and proudly called her a hero. At last, Lena shared her long-awaited first dance with the boy she had always loved. She was no longer seen as a frightening sea monster, but as the fearless protector who had saved everyone.